Free Breon.
Yes. Where is?
Yo, this shit OP.
Yo, what is going on? Down again. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Truth Teller, and along with I got my boy Isaac, and as always, Free Breon.
As always, free Breon. Seriously, boy,
Free
he
my
deserves
boy.
He deserves his freedom.
Did you see LeBron James put free Odell, free OBJ, and that man still ain't get freed?
One thing I've
I
learned in
think
this
we had
life
like
is
one
that
big
just because
trade.
you want to free somebody doesn't mean they deserve to be free or they should be free.
Well, we had what, one or two trades these last 2 days.
Yeah, the Rams
One I'm
gave
not happy with at all.
part of their soul to the Broncos to get Von Miller, which is hilarious.
It's
For
not
you guys,
hilarious. This is tragic.
well, I mean, for you, for that, and for the NFC West, maybe, but we won't have to face that until the playoffs. And that's even if Von Miller can stay healthy.
That's a good point.
You know,
All
which
of
I'm
this
not.
relies on the fact that if they
Which,
stay healthy, which I mean,
yeah,
here's
which
my
I'm not
thing.
hoping he stays unhealthy. Which I'm not saying that, but
I watched a mini doc on the collapse of, I want to say it was, what team was it in the West that was because they had Jermaine O'Neal before he got traded to Indianapolis. Oh, the Blazers. This was during the times of Scottie Pippen, which we'll get to in a little bit. Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace, Damon Stoudemire, Bonzi Wells, and all of them. So we know what happened in '99 conference finals. They got beat by my Lakers. After that, they started stacking up on absolute or just ridiculous amounts of talent, which was a bad thing at the end of the day. So who knows? Maybe this isn't going to be a good thing for them. We don't know. It all depends on what happens. We've seen how it could go good, it could go bad. The thing I've noticed about the Rams is they just said forget draft picks.
yeah, pretty much.
I don't think that they don't have a
Pretty
first
much.
or second round pick. I don't think they have a third. I don't think they're picking the first 2 days at this point. They have 3 picks this next draft.
I think gave part of that definitely first rounders to the Lions to get Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
with
they've been
in the trade with Jared Goff.
Yeah, so they used those for to get rid of Goof.
And then they sent more over to get Von Miller, which is weird. If they send a second or third round pick to get Von Miller, that's highly kind of undervaluing Von Miller.
Well, Von Miller is what? He was drafted in 11.
Yeah, but
so you're talking about a guy that's kind of the prime is his best days are behind him.
But still, he's still Von Miller, you know.
But how much longer will Von Miller be Von Miller?
That's
true. I mean, we're looking at it now where I see people say that it may be time to get rid of Bobby Wagner. And that's something really interesting to consider, especially knowing
is Bobby Wagner still Bobby Wagner?
Bobby Wagner is still Bobby Wagner, don't get me wrong. But again, the question comes back up: how long is Bobby Wagner going to be Bobby Wagner? Bobby Wagner is, I want to say, about 31. So there's that. And then I saw you all. Did you hear about the Henry Ruggs news?
The what?
The Henry Ruggs news.
Yeah, that's. I
Uh,
mean,
when it rains, it pours in Las Vegas.
he made his bed. So I mean, there's no.
That was a sim. Who it was? This is similar to. I want to say it was Jabbar Gaffney. No, it wasn't Jabbar Gaffney. It was somebody that played for the Patriots and Eagles. It was a receiver. That's why I went straight to Gaffney.
Yeah, there's no. He's done. He's done. Sad, but he's done.
Yeah. Which I mean, I didn't. He wasn't really lighting the world on fire in Vegas. He's the Darius Hayward Bay pick that they made.
He's also in his mid-20s.
Mainly on speed.
He's also like in his mid-20s, so that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. He was the modern day Darius Hayward Bay for the Raiders. We all know
he's 22 years old.
Dog. Yeah, he was. This is only his second season.
This man is 22 years old and went to Alabama. Not looking good for Alabama. It's been a really bad couple week for Alabama, or people that went to Alabama anyway.
What up? Hold on, I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Derrick Henry broke his foot.
Oh Lord, yeah. Derrick Henry is basically out for the regular season.
Well, it said out indefinitely, so 6 to 10 weeks. Yeah.
So we're probably looking at the regular season. It's been said that if they make the playoffs, we need that if, because now you take away the best part of the team. Are they still going to be able to beat the Titans, even though they just picked up AP?
Well, I mean, that happened to us this week. We didn't have Dak Prescott, and look what we did.
But here's the difference, though. Your team is more complete than the Titans.
That's true. That is true too.
I mean, let's be real. Y'all could have won some of them games that y'all didn't win last year. Y'all were this close to beat the Steelers. Think about it.
Yeah, but we also had Ben DiNucci. We didn't have Cooper Rush. Well, we had Cooper Rush, but we didn't play him. We had Ben DiNucci.
Who was that play? Who was the quarterback in the AAF that Chisel Adonis would put that Mamma Mia? Berkovici.
Yeah.
Berkovici. Mamma Mia.
That's so rude.
Oh gosh, Chisel Adonis is a fool, bro.
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe we won that game though. Not that I can't believe it, but Cooper. No, I'm saying not that I can't believe it, but the confidence and the way when I watched that last highlight, the confidence in which he threw that pass. He stood there in that pocket, saw where he was going with it, let it go.
I saw something. I didn't watch the game, but I did see one highlight that really could have killed the game for y'all.
Was it the Amari Cooper thing?
Yes, the fact that a receiver has no hands.
The defender, yeah. Well, it hit him right in the chest.
Hit him right in the chest.
Hit him right in the chest, and then Amari Cooper with some all-time concentration. Focus right on the ball.
All he had to do was close his hands, and that game is over.
Well, that and Ezekiel Elliott running through two people on 3rd and 11. I don't know if you saw that highlight.
Yeah, I saw that.
To set up the Amari Cooper touchdown. Oh, and Cedric Wilson throwing looking like our 3rd string quarterback, the way he threw that pass on the run, mind you.
Hey, you got to remember, some of these players have played quarterback in their life.
It was just
more athletic enough to be receiver and stuff like that.
That game was really fun to watch. And Micah Parsons just being a dog.
What such as Michael Parsons. Speaking of former Cowboys.
Xavier Woods, is that where you're going with this?
No, what happened to Xavier Woods?
Nothing. He's just he was a little bit of a menace against us, but it wasn't too much that it mattered.
Oh, no. I was speaking of Xavier Woods. This is not a new day. But was he a king though?
No, he's not a king.
Okay, he's not the king. Okay, cool. But prayers up to my boy Jalen Smith, who is a free agent once again.
Didn't he get signed? He got signed, released from the Cowboys.
He just got signed by the Packers a few weeks ago.
And then he got released again?
Yeah, he just got released today.
Shame.
I'm sitting here paying attention, waiting for some blockbuster trade to happen because everybody's been talking about the OBJ situation.
He's not going anywhere.
Deshaun Watson was being shopped. Evidently, that was been a big conversation between them and the Dolphins that never came to nothing. Xavier Howard was being talked about.
Oh, apparently Adrian Peterson is now going to the
Yes.
Titans.
Yes, he's going to be replacing
King Henry.
King.
That's fair.
I don't know how much he's going to be able to fill in those shoes because just coming straight off the streets. But we'll see. I don't think he's starting. I think that's going to be going to whoever the heck their typical backup is, so that I can find out for you. I'm on Madden right now, so I can tell you everything that's going on. Just like I tell you, Tom Brady's still leading the league in passing touchdowns.
That's only because Dak Prescott hasn't been playing.
No, that's not true because Dak Prescott played up to that point.
By the way, I gotta ask you, what well, I'll ask you later when we're done with sports, but it's kind of a general question. It's kind of a celebrities question.
Oh, we'll get to celebrities. Oh Lord, did you watch the video I sent you?
Which one? The one
about Britney?
No, I'm done with her. I'm done with the whole thing.
So, they needed a running back because they only had 3 on the depth chart. So I'm guessing Jeremy McNichols. AP's not going to use his number unless Jeremy McNichols is going to change his number mid-season.
By the way, shout out to Jade Cargill for winning Halloween. She won. I don't care what anybody says. She won.
Who was she this year?
Mirko from My Hero Academia.
Okay. I was watching. I started Naruto today. Well, yesterday.
For the first time ever, or
for the first time ever, I finally wrote down and started Naruto yesterday with my friend. But with that being said,
no. We're going to talk about this.
Wait, so I was faking until I made. Ooh, I'm good at faking until you make it. Let's go, Ant.
I don't know who to be. Should I? All right, I'm having a kind of a crisis now because should I be more at myself for being caught in the genjutsu, or should I be mad at you for lying to me?
First of all, I never told anyone that I was watching Naruto. I've never said that.
So it's me then. So it's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. So I caught myself in a genjutsu.
Yeah, I didn't. I put nothing out there. I'm still trying to learn the sexy jutsu. Once I learn that, then I can go further.
All right. Well, where'd you start, by the way?
The first episode.
Are you watching in order?
Yeah.
If you're watching in order, I'm telling you now, as somebody who's a Naruto fan as big as I am, you may find yourself skipping around because a lot of it's filler.
Oh yeah. I already have a whole picture. I got a picture with like. Let me show you. I'm gonna tell you all the ones I got up here because it's giving you the episodes that are filler. So Naruto, they got the filler is 29, 97, 99, 101 through 106, and 136 to 220.
Okay, so those are filler episodes.
Yes. I have all the filler episodes right here.
Episode 29, like 1 to 29, or episode 29 specifically, or 29 through
specifically
what?
29 is filler.
Okay, yes. 30 is big to the series.
Oh yeah.
30
and then eventually whenever I want to try One Piece, I have all the filler episodes for that too.
I still haven't done
Water Mercy is a lot of filler.
It's a lot. So 30 is like 30 on to like 40 to like 51 is non-filler. That's all subtle to the story. 58 is filler, but it's a good episode though.
Is it up here? 58 for Naruto.
Mind you, 58 is a filler. It's filler, but it's a good episode.
All right, so it must be good to watch.
Yes, because I've like found myself like looking for that episode specifically, and I found it, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. Anyway, we can break that down later. By the way, you finished Squid Game.
Oh yeah. I finished Squid Game.
Okay, do you want to say that for this podcast or the next one?
All I want to say is we can save it for the next one, but all I really want to say is I sat there and watched the whole series about human trafficking, and it didn't hit me until I was talking to my siblings about it.
I mean, that or the U.S. military.
Bro, the fact that they killed these people.
No, minus the you die
and cremated
military,
them,
but they don't. Yeah,
and didn't inform the family of the deceased people that hey, this person's dead.
I got a lot of people are saying it's kind of like the U.S. military, except for the fact that the military technically doesn't kill you. You can die in the military, but it is a lot of stupid games. I did play a lot of stupid games in there, but they didn't kill me though. Obviously, because I'm here, but it was
the
a
games
lot.
were ridiculously stupid.
Human trafficking, yes, though. Somebody said it should be the next game should be Spades or Uno.
I mean, clearly there has to be another season because there were so many questions left to be answered.
Somebody said a meme, like I said, the next game is Uno, and they said stat people. The internet has no chill. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The internet has no chill.
No, you got to do it. Well, I don't know.
The internet has
it was just so much to actually digest watching it.
Yeah.
What else I put up here? Oh, the Braves. Do you think the Braves are gonna pull the Atlanta?
So I was listening to a podcast this morning, right? And he was talking about he hopes the Braves win, but he doesn't want the Braves to win in Atlanta.
Well, now, they can't win in Atlanta anymore. I
know. But I'm saying he's kind of glad they didn't win this last game in Atlanta.
Why?
He said, and when he said it and I thought about it, it made so much sense. He was saying how the fact of now, as we know for years, the thing with Native Americans and being named after having issues with some teams being named after mascots and all that. You know what I mean? There's been that issue, like with the Washington football team, the Cleveland Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians.
I never heard anybody fuss about the Indians.
No, because the thing about the Cleveland Indians was they had their old logo.
The logo, okay.
The Chief Wahoo, which is the red face, the comically red face, and then I think apparently the Seminoles in Florida State have an agreement with the people there that they can use it. But his thing was the way this one guy put it, he didn't like the fact, and I kind of agree with it. He didn't like the fact of how that he didn't want to see this is his opinion, and he didn't want to see the tomahawk chop on the Braves do the fans do the tomahawk chop on national television after if the Braves won.
Now,
because he didn't want to see it because that whole issue, you know what I mean? And but the thing is, it was going to happen. And the reason why he said, the whole reason he said that people got wrapped up in there, namely white people got caught up in there, why they were will continue to do that same thing, why they will fight, why people were fighting over the Washington football team name is because they don't like being told what they can and can't do. And the people, the they I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't think anybody likes being told what to do. But here's my
I mean,
thing.
nobody, but like, especially when it comes to, you know what I
because
mean?
I haven't seen any information on people being, I guess, upset by the tomahawk because they're not the only ones that do the tomahawk.
I know, but
I
I'm
can
saying,
think of 3 organizations off the top of my head right now.
no, I know, I can too, but I'm just saying, you know,
One's quite local.
yeah, I was just saying, but it's like I could see why people. I could see why when he was saying that, I could see why he said. Plus, when you take into account the fact that you had Hank Aaron's widow, mind you, Hank Aaron just passed away this year. They rolled out his widow and his family out there for, on Friday, to honor him. They had his whole family come out there and throw out their first pitch. And then Saturday, Don 45 was there. And like this big weird moment. You know what I mean? It was just he didn't like the wishy-washiness of it. That this is, mind you, this is his opinion. This is this guy's opinion about it. Me, I
think it's just better to win in your home. I think it's better to win it all in your home. To have that big celebration. Now that celebration is going to feel a little awkward. That's why I think it's kind of weird.
For me, I just want the Braves to win. I don't care where they do it, to be honest with you. And besides baseball, like, I don't know. It was whatever to me, to be honest with you. I just didn't want not the Native American thing. I think if people are upset by it, you should change it. If it upsets people, change it. Especially when it comes
here's the thing with that.
Not just everything, but if it comes to
right, because you have to really think about it. How many? You have to really be accessible to understand who and how many of them, because we got to get to a point to understand where everything you do, you're going to upset somebody.
Right, but I'm saying I keep in mind. I remember seeing before this year, before they changed it, like people saying they wanted, like, let me see if I can back this up. There were people saying they wanted to change the name of the Washington football team for years. It wasn't just recently.
I've been reading a bit on both sides too. So it hasn't been like a complete one-sided thing. You had people that said, "Nah, it's not a big deal," and this is why it's such.
Who was saying that it's not? Who was more people saying it wasn't a big deal though?
I saw natives saying it too. So that's why I'm saying that you kind of have to go about it knowing that either way you go about it, somebody's going to not be happy about it. Because I think what people have to realize is no demographic of people are monolithic. So, yeah, you're going to have people that look at that. You're going to have natives who think, well, okay, our skin is offensive. And then you're going to have some that's thinking, okay, it's not so offensive. Same thing into our demographic. You're going to have certain people that look at certain things like, oh, that's not a big deal to me, compared to some others who make it, who feel like it's a big deal. So
to back up what you're saying, it says that in 2013, Dan Snyder wrote a letter to the nation, to the Washington Racial Slurs Nation, because I don't say that word anymore. I can't say it. Not that I can't say it anymore. I choose not to say it anymore.
What does it start with?
To the Washington
Arskins. Okay.
I don't say it anymore. Team owner Dan Snyder stated that while respecting those that say they are offended, a poll conducted by Annenberg Public Policy in 2004 said that 90% of Native Americans were not offended by the name. Poll is replicated to 2016. Was replicated in 2016 by the Washington Post with near identical results. However, public opinion polling, which places the question about the Arskins within a longer telephone survey on other topics, was deemed scientifically questionable by academic researchers. As a alternative, social scientists from the University of Michigan, University of California at Berkeley performed a study in 2020 that measured Native American opinion in detail. finding that 49% have responded that the name was offensive, while with the level of offense increasing to 67% for those with a stronger involvement in Native American culture. So in 2014, when the franchise was entangled in a legal trademark protection case, the Washington Post announced the editorials would no longer use the name, and subsequently other news outlets would informally call them by their geographically related area, such as the Washington Pro Football Team, or avoid publishing their name altogether. So, and then here's where the name change came in. A letter signed by 87 shareholders and investors was sent to the team league sponsors Nike, FedEx, and Pepsi, urging them to cut ties unless their name was changed. Around the same time, several retail companies began removing merchandise from their stores in response to the name change. In July 2020, the team announced it will retire its name, that a new name will be chosen in 2022.
All right. So what year was that research done?
That the poll, it says an alternative scientists performed a study in 2020 last year and measured that in Native American opinion in detail.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, statistics is quite interesting because I have another one from Pro Football Talk.
Okay, what you got?
They did a poll. I don't know how many your sample size was, but this one has a 500 sample size. So they used they gave them a poll to describe how they felt about the R name. The answers were proud, indifferent, annoyed, content, satisfied, and disappointed. The Washington Post did not publish the full results, so we did not know the percentage. But regarding the word proud, the Washington Post reports that most surveys reported that they felt proud. So this is the thing. Again, doing sample sizes can be accurate or completely inaccurate. That's why I don't pay attention to Nielsen.
This okay, so according to this, it said the poll was okay. So they did a poll, a couple different polls. Okay, so that one, it said, so one I'm looking for now, the Anberg poll said it did. It's not giving me any numbers.
This whole thing is just so weird.
It is wild. 504. The Washington Post poll in 2016 was out of 504 respondents, that 90% out of 504 were not bothered by the team name. That's according to the Washington Post.
So I don't know. My whole thing is basically, I don't want to get into this habit of saying, well, such and such is offended, so we need to change it. Because what we need to realize now is, unfortunately, you're gonna say something at all times that's gonna offend somebody. I work with civics kids, so one thing that we always talk about is you should, as a responsible citizen, you should respect other people's opinions,
right?
But at the same time, understand that your opinions will offend people, and you have no duty to not offend anybody. You should be respectful for everybody's opinions, but at the same time, your opinions, no matter how respectful you can put them, 11 times out of 10 is going to offend somebody, because that's where we are now. And we talked about it quite a few times. We are a lot softer. We have people that, if you don't agree with their groupthink, and yeah, we talk about with social media, but even outside of social media, you still have people that kind of take this way, where if you don't agree with how they think about things, then you are insert this name or whatever. And I mean, aren't we supposed to be able to think how we want to think, as long as we are respectful of it? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that look, if you hate black people, I was like, well, I'm just gonna see my way out of here.
Yeah, I feel like I was going to say. I feel like there's a line to
There's
that.
a line for everything.
Yeah, for that, like you can think how you want to think, but like I'm definitely gonna think less of you if you have like spit like some white supremacist rhetoric.
I'm
That's
not
just
gonna
me,
think of you at all.
huh?
I'm not gonna
I'm
think.
not gonna love that too, but I'm just saying, you know,
I was like, all right, cool. I just go X you out of my life, out of my mind.
exactly,
You're in there with all my fifth grade work.
right. But I definitely don't think we should attribute to the name change when it comes to the name change. And I know we just got way off topic here from what we were talking about originally, but
No, because it kind of brings
yeah.
into.
But I'm saying like
the
I
topic.
definitely don't think we should attribute it to cancel culture because that's not what this was. This is not it's to me anyway. Mind you, this is me. I don't think I say not cancel culture because there had been talks about it for years. You know what I mean? It's not something
Yeah.
that disappeared. It's not something that like let's talk about it now. Well, let's talk about because racism and bigotry is big in 2020. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it now and get rid of it. You see what I'm saying?
So
Like
here's my thing with that, because I do believe that people like to push. They push until you will stop pushing back.
right.
So they saw that we were able to get the football team and the Guardians. So now you have to look. Now you got people that's going to look at it and say, "Okay, we got this far. What about Kansas City? What about the Braves? What about pushing down at Florida State? Maybe the Cowboys. Cowboys have some undertone to it. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, I was talking to somebody high school senior year, and they were talking about how this was right before the big push of the LGBTQIA plus agenda, and he asked the question. I thought it was ridiculous, but it's like, how far would they go? Because then you're thinking about pedophilia, which we've seen a lot of people come out and speak out for, which is ridiculous. Thankfully, a lot of people are pushing back against that. But how far do you go? How far are people going to take it before you push back? Not saying that people are going to not push back at that because they have, but bringing it back to here, how far are you going to push back? Because you got the Cowboys who have some undertone to it.
Side note about the Seminoles, why they're still able to keep the name. According to the Tampa Bay Times, excuse me, according to the Tampa Bay Times,
there's an agreement.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so they're in the safe.
Basically,
but
I was about to read you this long article. I said basically there's an agreement. It basically says the Seminole Tribe of Florida officially sanctions the use of Seminole as a Florida State University nickname and of Osceola as the FSU symbol. Max Osceola, who passed away recently, said that he regards it as an honor to be associated with the university.
And I think that's what some people think of it as. I mean,
well, it depends on the name. Like to me, when I hear, looking back at it, when I think about the name Arskins, I kind of think that's it gave off kind of like, not when I was younger, I didn't care, but as I got older, I'm kind of thinking like, that's a little.
Because I mean, you got to remember that area is still where natives live, so they probably could have used a better name.
You talking about Seminoles or Washington?
Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
They could have still kept with the same theme.
Yeah,
but I can see them saying, okay, maybe we won't use our skins, but we could use.
Because one thing I will say about them, they didn't go as far as what the Chiefs do. Because the Chiefs get a war drum out there, they have a war cry. The Chiefs, I'm talking about Kansas City Chiefs. They do.
Right. So that's why I added them in there. It was like, how far are you going to go until you push back? Because then the Chiefs.
Then the thing, I think what keeps the Chiefs and the Braves in the clear.
Ownership?
Well, that I was gonna say. Well, that I was gonna say. Logo. The Braves have the A, and then they have the tomahawk.
Yeah.
And granted, they have the tomahawk chop too, but all that. And then the Chiefs, they have the arrowhead, and then just the arrowhead. You know what I mean? So whereas the Washington, they had the logo with with the face in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with the Indians. The Indians, have you seen that? Have you seen the old logo
For who?
for the Cleveland Indians? Let me show you this.
Oh, these are Warriors. Why the heck did they call it the Warriors?
This is how comically crazy this was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see how that's problematic.
Yeah,
and then
some of these names are even.
Yeah,
they could have done like San Diego State did. They used the Aztecs.
Well, they're called the Aztecs. That's really problematic. Yeah, I mean,
I'm on a website that has like the most offensive names in sports, and the Seahawks are up here. Their description: the NFL great logo depicting the bird for which the team is named is respectfully derived from a totem pose indigenous to the Pacific Northwest.
I actually have seen, as I remember seeing, I have seen that on totem poles.
What?
The depiction of that bird on totem poles, I've seen it.
A Seahawk on totem. Now I have to look this up. I have never seen it.
No, I remember. Dang, I don't remember studying it. It was like a long time ago, but I remember like seeing like that picture of that bird on totem poles. I've seen like images of it. I can't remember. Like it was like a long time ago. I remember seeing it. I don't see how it's offensive, but that's because I'm educated, not because I'm ignorant.
The Hawkeyes.
How is that offensive?
No, I don't know. Okay, the William and Mary tribe.
I could see. Yeah, I saw that one.
Alcorn State, I guess.
What's Alcorn State name?
Braves. So I guess what is it, Indian River?
Yeah, they're the Braves.
That whole thing, Indian River.
Yeah, wow.
Ooh, I ain't gonna throw out no ideas for Chesapeake City council come up here like, yeah, we need to go change that like they did over in Portsmouth, the two schools. Which I mean, I'm not mad about that. I mean, my mom's happy because her school's back.
What Manor?
Yeah.
I mean, he was racist, like terribly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, nobody's gonna sit here and deny that.
I mean, I want to say nobody, but nobody sitting here will deny it. But
my cousin, he taught me how to spit game. That boy is almost 10 years younger than me. So he taught me.
Anyway, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Here, let's transition to before we get back to making week 9 picks. Transition. What celebrities do you know? What celebrity figures or players do you know that you have decided that you no longer mess with because of whatever you found out about them recently? And who are you still sticking with?
Oh, Miley Cyrus is one that was one of my childhood crushes.
So, are you sticking with her? I'm saying in light of recent events, like the way the world is now, you found something out about this person or these group of people that you've decided that you're going to stick by them, and some you're going to move on from.
I got a feeling that Kanye is on your list for stick by him.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about Kanye. No, for real, hear me out. He hasn't done anything.
No, he said that.
Huh?
He said he hasn't done anything.
He said a lot. He said a lot. I'm not going to sit here and deny that the stuff he said has been kind of wild, but that's not. Is it worth getting canceled for? Now, Grant, all right.
The thing I've noticed about music videos.
Let me clarify. Has he said anything? Put it this way. You know, forget it. Here's this way. He hasn't gone as far as like what R. Kelly's done. Okay.
Oh, funny thing, I was just about to get to because I was about to say.
You know what I mean?
The thing about musical geniuses that I have seen and known outside of pedophiles, so that musical genius is not in this conversation
at all.
Because yes, R. Kelly is a musical genius.
He's done.
Just a horrible person.
He's done.
They do say a lot of off the wall stuff.
Yes.
For those who don't know, my college band director is a musical genius. He may not say it himself, but anybody that has stood under the great Paul I. Adams will tell you the man's a musical genius. However, the man does say a lot of off the wall stuff. Some is very profound. I was looking at some of his old quotes, and I'm gonna have to send it to you. And I was like, dog, that makes so much sense. So, some of the things Kanye has said over the last few years has made a lot of sense if you actually sit down and listen to what he's talking about.
Exactly. Like, which is why, by the way, one thing I heard today, I was in a car, I was listening to Run the Jewels, like I always do. I was listening to their song Crown, and the chorus says, you can't, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. He said, where is it? Dang, bro. He said, it was really good too. He said, by the way, we're not getting Run the Jewels 5 anytime soon. I know, because 4 was amazing, bro. He said, where's the stupid thing? He said, can't pick up no crown holding what's holding you down.
He exposed a lot. Yeah, that's good too.
That's Killer Mike, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kanye did a lot of exposing the industry as well, and people don't want to admit it. I mean, the industry is
terrible.
Mess. I've been telling you what I expect to happen from the industry within the next year or so. I was really hoping R. Kelly did what everybody thought he was going to do.
But yeah,
I was waiting for him to pull a 6ix9ine.
When Kanye said when Kanye came out as a Trump supporter, granted, initially I was like, what are you doing? And then I listened to Ye versus the People with him and T.I. I listened to it. And then I watched the video of said song with him and T.I. Him and T.I. sat down. Because mind you, when that first came out, I think T.I. was one of the first people to come out and be like, yo, what are you doing? You know, like publicly say, what are you doing? Yeah. Him and Kanye and by the way, I'm not calling him just Ye. I know he's legally chasing now. I'm not doing that. Anyway. I'm not. I can't.
This is when he gets crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. By the way, his haircut on the new Sunday service, like he did a Sunday service recently, and I got to look up at it. It is, you could barely tell he has it. You really can't. You can, if you look really closely, you can see it, but it's not like the pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like Minoru Suzuki's, because you see Minoru Suzuki's, right?
Yeah, he was inspired, but we know he was inspired by Minoru Suzuki.
But I'm saying the thing about Minoru Suzuki has his hair like that because nobody's going to tell him anything because he can kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to tell Minoru Suzuki his hair looks stupid. You're crazy. Anyway, he and T.I. talked. And his thing why he said he became a supporter of Trump is because he liked the idea of somebody doing something, saying they're going to do something and doing it. You know what I mean? In the macro sense versus micro sense, if that makes sense. I don't think I even use that.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of said that his TMZ interview as well. I went back and listened to it. I was like, okay, I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
He's not, and this is something I've learned about a lot of people that were voting for him. They didn't care so much for his actions. It was just what he was doing, not what he was saying.
Yes. The fact that, wow, this dude said he's going to do something, and he did it.
And that's one thing I can say about it. He said he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And everybody laughed at him.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this is not happening.
Well, I said I didn't think it was a good idea. Like I was like, I don't think that's the way to go. But it's the way we went, and we're all paying for it now. We ain't talking about that right now.
Right.
But, yeah. But Kanye is definitely on my list of people. I know you. I keep watching that match. I keep watching it, but every time I do, I think about it.
I'm trying to think before we get to the football too.
I keep watching that match of Jordan Devlin, David Starr from OTT. That got 5 stars from Melter. Yeah, I keep mentioning that because the match was good regardless of the scale rating. But I keep watching that, and then I think about how he was accused of doing what he did, and how he's retired now. And I'm not again. I have to advocate this by saying I'm not saying he's not guilty of anything. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, but what I appreciated was the fact that, and what I appreciated compared to him versus other people, was that he got out in front and said he had kind of like put his hands up and says, okay, I am guilty of this, but I'm not guilty of all of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he said, yes, to this particular person, I was terrible, but in the grand scheme of it, I'm not this terrible person. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to work on not being a terrible person. And Twitter's not having
it. And trying to become a better person. I'm not this virtue signaler that feels like, oh, you did this stuff, so you were this for the rest of your life. No.
Oh yeah, no, Twitter. That's all.
But that's the thing I hate about Twitter, because you know who I actually can say that for now?
Who?
Lars
Sullivan. Oh yeah.
Lars got dogged for a while, and I'm pretty sure if you bring his name up now in this curse of a community, they do the same thing. And yeah, he did some questionable stuff, but I really feel like he needs help, and I don't think anybody has given him the adequate help that he needs. I really feel for Lars, dog.
Yeah. The thing about David Starr was that he was like igniting. He was really stirring up some pots in the wrestling community. Like when he was facing Walter that one time and he stepped on the belt.
Yeah.
Or like I said, this match with Jordan Devlin, he had because Jordan had just signed with NXT, had just signed with it, and he was able to not even work the crowd. He was like before the match even started, the crowd was chanting at Jordan, "You sold out," because he wasn't independent anymore. He was I believed in what he was fighting for. He was fighting for hey, independent wrestling needs to survive. And it has, but also while we're on the topic, shout out to Speedball Mike Bailey for getting signed to Impact Wrestling. So, and shout out to Zoe Sky for also known as Dust in Rise Wrestling for becoming the new Shimmer World Champion.
Hey, did you see what Westside Gun did?
He was
somebody. I think it was a woman that needed some. I think
yes, I saw that. Somebody's trying to get a wrestling school, $500 for wrestling school. He cashed after the 500. Yes.
No, shout out to Westside Gun, bro.
Big ups. Also, prayers up to the man who's very nice and very evil, Danhausen, on his speedy recovery.
Get well, Hausen. Yo, Danhausen, that dude, bro.
Yes.
I rock heavy with Danhausen.
Danhausen is that guy. Danhausen and Warhorse. By the way, did you see what they did for Halloween?
No.
So Danhausen's significant other went as Danhausen, and Warhorse's significant other went as Warhorse.
Oh Lord.
The pictures are on there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, shout out to John Morrison and Taya. Mainly shout out to John Morrison. Shout out to John Morrison for being Dave Meltzer, though.
Speaking of John Morrison, Miz should be coming back within the next few weeks, so that should be kicking off soon. So I'm hyped.
Also, congratulations. Even though we're really late on this, shout out to my favorite shooter, Karrion Kross, on his engagement, and
same to Corey and Mella.
Not so much. Very well.
Hey! We do not slander the most beautiful woman in all of WWE.
I'm not slandering. I'm just saying, celebrate my boy. Karrion Kross is gonna get married, and him and Scarlett for Halloween was good. He went as Mr. Rogers, but like a very menacing Mr. Rogers, and she went as Marilyn Monroe. It's on there. It's on his Instagram. It's really fun.
Hold on. I need to.
Here, I got you. It's just because if you've seen him, he is this like towering force of nature. Look at this. Look at his face.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
She nailed that Marilyn Monroe look, though.
Oh yeah.
It's just, mind you, I think that's a throwback. No, it isn't.
Are you ready for these week 9? Lord of mercy, it's already week 9. It's already week 9. We need
to slow down the time so we can. We need to slow down the time so this can last longer.
Right. Thursday we got the Jets and the Colts. As if anybody cares.
I mean, the Jets are winning, so I mean.
Oh, that's because they have Mike White at quarterback.
That's amazing! Like, oh my gosh, did you see that final play?
Out last week, boy.
Did you see the 2-point conversion?
Yes. Mike White ball out. If it weren't for Michael, the other Mike, out here dropping picks into the other people saying no, he didn't drop it. The ball went off his face. I'm gonna say the Jets win this one, dog.
Oh man, Cowboys have waived Bradley Anae. He played in the game. He was in the game on Sunday too.
Oh dang!
I think he messed up somehow, but still.
I wouldn't be surprised if we put the scissors to Penny. So who you got? Jets, Colts.
I hope the Jets can continue. I want to say that I like to see the Jets continue.
That's because you hate Carson Wentz. It's okay.
Hey,
Jags, Bills. And with the first pick in NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select.
Yeah, Jags. I gotta go Jags.
I'm going Bills. Broncos, Cowboys.
Also, who did the Cowboys? Who did the better? Who do you think did the better? Kratos, Ciampa, or Stu Grayson?
I gotta go with Ciampa, though. Even though Stu's was lit.
Stu, well, I mean,
Stu did really good. I'm not gonna say either did a bad job.
Stu, because Stu had the paint though. Stu had the body paint.
I think he was going exactly for Kratos.
Yeah.
Ciampa was just going for a Kratos-inspired look.
Yes.
I think that was the difference between the two.
Yeah.
You could tell that he wasn't going exactly for Kratos, which I think Ciampa probably looks like a better Kratos. If you
had to put a live action, Ciampa looks more like Kratos. He's right. Barca won. Barca got a win, scored. If Ciampa, I'm looking at a picture of Ciampa now. He looks more like Kratos, like built wise. But I think like look wise, Stu had it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, you know what I mean when I say build wise, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
he's. You had to choose between the two of them to be Kratos in the action movie.
Yeah, you go with Champa. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys here. The
Although
Broncos are not good.
I do think Teddy Bridgewater is gonna do what
He's gonna throw 2 picks. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Also, that defense, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Well,
with the
Von
Broncos.
Miller's
They're
not there anymore, so we don't know. They
Yeah,
still got
we're-
Bradley Chubb.
This is true.
You got to remember they lost Von Miller.
Ugh.
Browns Bengals.
Why would the Bengals? Why would they do that? Why would you do that? What were the
That
Broncos
Rockets
thinking?
is hurt.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, clearly they weren't using the common sense.
That's
But yeah, I'm going Bengals as well. The Browns are not that good this year. Let's be real. Falcons Saints.
Saints. Ooh.
No Jameis.
But
Ooh, boy, this is.
do I believe in Trevor Simeon? I don't think I do.
Do we believe in Trevor Simeon, even though he does have Shinsuke?
Now, granted, put it this way: if it was Taysom Hill, I'd go with the Saints.
I'm surprised they're not starting Ian Book. That's just me. Maybe we see him. I'm going to say Saints in an ugly game.
It is going to be ugly. You see, Matt Ryan got his hand stepped on.
Yeah,
So
that was brutal. Patriots Panthers. Who jumps over 500? I'm going to say Patriots.
yeah, I think Mac Jones is going to settle in.
I think Matt Jones is
Although that running,
better than
I like Chase Hubbard though. I like him. I feel like Chase Hubbard.
Shubba, Shubba Hubbard.
I feel like Chase Hubbard would be better on another team.
I think you got to remember this is his rookie year.
Sure.
I only knew about Chubba Hubbard because of the issues that he had in his college last year.
Like injuries or
No, it was
personal?
some issue. No, it was something some beef he had with his coach, and I think the coach was a big supporter of OAN.
Mike Gundy got beef with everybody. Like Gundy is
Yeah, but I'm going Patriots here. I think the Patriots just have the more complete team.
By the way,
with the loss
the
of,
playoff, the college football playoff rankings come out today. This is the first week of it. As of right now, the top 4 is Georgia, Cincinnati. So weird. Cincinnati's at number 2.
Shout out to my boy Kobe Bryant.
And then Alabama and Oklahoma is the current top 4.
We would not disrespect Kobe Bryant.
Oh no, I actually want Cincinnati to succeed.
I want Kobe to be in the league.
If Cincinnati gets into the national championship game against,
I'm going to be surprised.
If they beat Alabama, I'm driving to Tuscaloosa and waving a Cincinnati flag before they lynch me.
I'm already on a 3-year high with Alabama after Norfolk State beat them in NIT.
That's basketball.
Roll Tide, sight now behold. Oh shoot! I just realized
What?
daylight saving time ends
When? Today or tomorrow?
Saturday.
Oh,
That's
speaking of
that's
Saturday,
why-
something
because
big
I'm
is
looking
happening.
at the
Also
time
big is
and
happening
saying
Saturday.
2:00.
By the way, are we doing live streaming Full Gear? Because I'm watching it.
Probably not.
All right, very well.
I think the next one we were definitely going to live stream is Survivor Series. I got to see about Full Gear.
Your
Raiders
WWE bias is showing.
Yeah. We'll probably do it. I'll see. The Raiders versus the G-Men.
Raiders. The Giants are not. Nobody in the NFC East is good except us.
Except for the Cowboys.
I'm not saying that out of bias.
No. These are
the
facts.
Eagles beat up on the Lions. Okay, the Lions.
That's cute.
That's nothing.
I mean, that's about as impressive as us beating up on the Jaguars.
Exactly. That doesn't. What is that gonna do? Nothing.
Nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. And we get beat up on the football team in a few weeks as well. Who we at? Texans, Dolphins. This is gonna be a mess. Hey yo, shout out to my boy Urinated Tree because this is about to be a tank bowl. Tank bowl season is in effect, baby. Let's go. I hope this is so bad that he has to do a greatest game on this one.
Is there still Tua? Is Tua still playing, or is he
Tua's
injured?
still playing.
I'll go with the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go with the Texans, dog.
Yeah.
I think Davis Mills gonna throw for 400 yards.
I don't know. Go with the Dolphins here.
Oh my gosh. Vikings, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens.
Yeah.
Chargers, Eagles.
Chargers. Justin Herbert's gonna have
Justin
a field
Herbert's
day.
gonna have a redemption day.
He's gonna have a field day.
Oh yeah. He better get 350.
He's easily.
He's gotta get 350.
If he doesn't throw over 300 yards, it was a disappointment.
As long as my boy gets in the end zone so I can see him play the guitar, I'll be all right.
Oh, Austin Eckler.
Hey, he's my running. He's my best player on my fantasy team. So that's how the white man plays guitar.
That's a whole man plays guitar. What did you? We'll talk about. Yeah, I'll ask you that later.
Cardinals, 49ers. This is the. Is that gonna be the game that they show for the 4:00? Trying to look at what else they have scheduled. That's got to be the game they show for 4:00.
Oh, 4:25. Yeah, it's gonna show that one. I'm gonna go Cardinals there.
Yeah, it's either gonna be that game, or the other game that's showing at the same time. I'm going.
What's the other game?
Packers, Chiefs. Which is probably going to be the game of the week, even though I mean, Patrick Mahomes isn't playing good.
Is he playing or is
Patrick Mahomes is playing?
Oh, so they're just bad.
The league in turnovers.
So they're just bad then.
Well, with the addition to their defensive line,
so
it should be a bit better because they just added Melvin Ingram, who they got from the Steelers in the trade. So you add him to help Chris Jones. Maybe that helps your secondary out some and get some pressure. Maybe. But if it doesn't help you at all, Devontae Adams is going to tear you up a new one.
Yeah.
I'm going Packers here. Don't be surprised if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs this year.
No, I won't be. By the way, shout out to Jordan Grace for being the first knockout to be a Triple Crown champion.
Hey,
she's been the knockouts champion. She was a knockouts tag champion, and she is the Impact Digital Media champion.
Congrats to Jordan Grace.
Yes.
Who's the tag champions now?
The Inspiration.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Good Brothers are still the tag champions.
Oh dang, LA Knight's account was hacked.
Yeah, I saw that. Also, apparently, the American Wolves won their reunion match.
Ooh.
And at the Wrestling Revolver.
That sounds dope. Sunday night, we got the Derrick Henry. Oh Lord, pray for Tannehill in this game, bro. Tannehill's gonna need all the prayers for this game. Going against the Rams.
Oof.
So not only do you worry about Aaron Donald, you gotta worry about because they already announced that Von Miller is going to play.
Why is he squatting? What the?
Yeah, I'm going Rams here, dog.
I'm going with the Rams too. Kevin Patrick squatting because WWE announces that referees cannot be taller than the wrestlers. What?
What? Who is that on? Is that on Kevin Patrick's?
Yeah, Kevin Patrick standing next to Austin Theory. Is he that tall?
I heard Kevin's pretty tall. Let me see. Who is that from?
This is from WrestlingNews.co.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I'm taking that with a grain. Now, granted, I don't watch Raw. That's why I'm asking you. Like, did you see that? Did you watch Raw last night?
No, because I was too busy watching Naruto.
Oh, right. How far are you in, by the way?
13 episodes in. I watched 6 yesterday, then I woke up this morning and started watching some more before I went to the gym.
By the way, you're a real one for watching it in order. I didn't even do that. I just bounced around, but I kind of got the.
I got to watch in order because I asked a lot of questions.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Like, you're a real one for doing that.
Oh Lord, this is hilarious. Yeah, Kevin's pretty tall because Austin's not short. Austin's not. Short.
I know he's not.
So that just shows you how tall Kevin is. This should be funny how they.
By the way, it's really ironic hearing people talk about divisive politics when most of what they say is divisive. I'm just talking about people. I'm just talking about people in general.
I meant to say it earlier, but I'm gonna send it to you now.
I just find that really funny.
This is how I feel. On to the last game because I got to go ahead and get ready to eat my dinner before I. Steelers Bears. Oh Lord, this is the Monday night game.
I mean, I don't like the Steelers, but the Bears aren't good. I'm gonna go with the Bears despite the Steelers. I don't care.
I think the Bears can pull it off. It just depends if you can rattle Jalen. Not Jalen. If you could, what is his name? Doggone, what is this dude's name?
Justin Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields. I was about to call him Jalen Hurts. If you can rattle Justin Fields, then you can beat the team. They don't really have like a premier running back right now without David Montgomery Burns. They have some solid receivers, but and that defense isn't nowhere near what they were a few years back.
Yo, RVD is living a life. I'm gonna send you this.
Who?
RVD.
Is he high again?
No, better.
So he's high and drunk at the same time, drinking champagne on the airplane. Dang, you missed. Did you just
spin rounds like a gun range?
You look like Rampage. You look like Rampage. 100 bands. Cut your girl now. Your girl need a Band-Aid.
Great, great. A1. Change the color.
Akon. I was about to say, if you gonna sit there, and leave me hanging.
Rain pouring.
All my cars is foreign.
All my broads is foreign.
Money tall like Jordan.
Now for before we close out, you see it, by the way? The RVD tweet.
Hold on, I'm about to go to it.
By the way, before we close out, Kanye West did a Sunday service. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kanye West did a surprise Sunday service on Halloween. It was good. I watched it. It was really good. It what? It was. Am I still here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It was good. Like, I mean, wait, is it the tweet? Are you looking at the tweet by RVD?
Interesting.
You are. Anyway, it was good. So, it was good because it was very. Somebody described it as therapeutic, which I think the choirs made those things very therapeutic, except for when they got like depending on the songs they play. And I think Donda is. And I'm not just saying this out of bias. Donda is a very relaxed album, if you will. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of stuff that like bangs, you know. Not bangs in a bad
really
way.
A club banger type album.
Exactly. That's an album you like put your headphones in, lay down in your bed, maybe smoke something, drink a little something to help you relax. You know?
Yeah.
That's what Donda is. It's this contemporary version mixed with some beautiful engineering and production by probably one of the best producers ever. That's what it is. And he had Roddy Ricch there. He had Justin Bieber there. And in what's dividing a lot of people, he had Marilyn Manson there. Manson, who has been accused of sexual. He's been publicly accused by 15 women of sexual assault, sexual battery, emotional and physical abuse, torture, as well as other disturbing behavior. Yeah, but it was weird. It was very, very strange seeing him there. He didn't do anything. He didn't say, he was just there. But it was just very odd seeing him there. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to describe it. But Justin Bieber did pray at the service. Oh, by the way, if you want to watch it, it's not on YouTube. Well, it was streaming on YouTube. Somebody streamed it, then chopped it up on YouTube to avoid, I guess, copyright. But if you wanted to watch it in full, it's $10 on Fight. Which is really, so that's to watch it. But granted, he's denied all of it, but also he had the baby on there too. He wasn't at the show, but like the point is, it was good. It was weird, but the show was good. If you wanted something to relax to, because that's what it did to me, they put me to sleep in the best way possible. You know?
Yeah.
It was really good. But I'm curious as to when he's doing the next one. Apparently he did one before, but he didn't stream it. So Kim wasn't there either. But Bieber did pray though.
Did he pray?
He prayed.
Did he pray the house down pray?
He didn't do all that. He didn't pray the revival prayer. He prayed that he prayed the kind of prayer you pray before you start preaching kind of prayer, you know?
Okay.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like everybody like total praise just went off, right?
Okay, I get you now.
Total, like the choir saying total praise. Everybody's like shouting, they're still celebrating and all that. Nobody's running, but everybody's like at the altar kind of thing. He did an altar. That's what he did. He did an altar prayer. There you go. He did an altar call. You know, that's what he did. It was good. But it was very different to see him doing that before, because I'd seen him before the pandemic like be in churches. I think while at Kanye Sunday services singing in churches. I remember that one video of him going viral singing "Never Would Have Made It." So it was good.
I was trying to see if I could find this John Moxley book on Audible, but it's not up there.
I know it's not. I look for it on because I'm reading ebooks now, and it's not there either.
Listen to it.
I know it seems like it's really good. It seems really good. Apparently, he has a whole chapter on Brody.
I just read one of the excerpts from it about evidently this phrase "tone it down."
Yeah,
which I know. You've heard. I've heard it from different people. Who was it that was talking about it? Randy Orton was talking about it on Austin's podcast. how he feels like a lot of these newer guys are kind of going 100 miles an hour when you can do all that and still engage with slowing down the pace, which I appreciate. I appreciate both styles. I appreciate the style that Orton and Cross are doing so well, and then at a certain time,
First of all,
it's necessary to have that faster paced style.
Don't get it twisted. Cross and Bieber. Cross and Randy. Cross and Randy did not work the same style. Cross works.
I'm not saying they work the same style, but they kind of work the same,
pace.
similar pace.
Yeah. Pace, yes.
Their
Pace definitely.
Very similar.
Style, no. I like to see Randy Orton.
I appreciate that pacing.
I like to see Randy Orton like choke somebody out or throw somebody over their head.
Randy's just gonna kick you in the face.
Right.
Randy doesn't like Randy does do quite a bit of joint manipulation. We'll give him that.
Who has the best? By the way, if you haven't seen it, Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, phenomenal match.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
It got a standing O in the middle of the match.
I think I was. I forget where I was at Friday.
Yeah,
I was probably just sleeping.
Great match though. Great match. But yeah, that's all
I got for you.
Yeah, I'm sending you that video of Justin Bieber singing "Never Would Have Made It." By the way.
Oh Lord, that could be interesting. I'll check that out. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and Pop Tarts. And always drink water. We see y'all on next week.
Peace.